Hello and welcome to the third of our exclusive YouTube segments for Sportsbeef podcast. Today we are lucky to be joined in the studio by Andy Smith.
Thank you very much, Geoff.
Andy, welcome.
Thanks very much. The studio is pretty impressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've done a lot of work since I was here last.
Completely.
That's my living room you're talking about.
That's good.
So what was really kind of something we're going to talk about today is the who's in and who's out, do we think, of the Irish squad, Six Nations squad that's going to be announced in the upcoming couple of days.
Currently uncapped Irish players that are musts for Joe Schmidt's Six Nations team against Wales. Let's start in the backs, Andy.
Why don't we start in the forwards so I'm not seen as a biased Leinster man? I want to say CJ Stander.
Yeah,
100% has to be in there.
Absolutely. We had a bit of I had a bit of a cut off Brian O'Driscoll on Twitter a couple of weeks ago where he said
You did.
He's still getting over.
yeah, where he said that
Haven't seen much of him since.
he diplomatically said that CJ Stander should have a place for the Ireland team in Six Nations, but declined to speculate as to what place that would be.
Mm-hmm.
So I called it out as an overly diplomatic response and said 8. He should start at 8.
He is the position he should start. Yeah.
And I would repeat that again here now. Very dynamic force. Really impactful on games, and a big body in the back row. Not afraid to run into people. Not afraid to knock people over.
Just Six Nations after World Cup deserves his chance.
Yeah.
Deserves his chance. Form number 8. Put him in there.
So what's the back row then? O'Brien 7, Ruddock at 6, and then Sander at 8.
Well, I prefer to shift Sean O'Brien to 6 and play Chris Henry potentially at 7, with Stander at 8. That would be my choice. But Joe Schmidt. I ain't. That is quite clear.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. Yeah.
But in the backs, I think there's the centre partnership, which we've discussed many times on this show before. Lots of talk about Stuart McCluskey at Ulster and Gary Ringrose at Leinster, with potentially Robbie Henshaw replacing Rob Kearney at fullback. Where that seems like a straightforward form call, right?
Yeah, it does, exactly. I think the three of us would agree on that. I don't know whether it would be considered a bit too much too soon, but I don't know, easy for us to say here. I'd again say Six Nations after the World Cup. We got flashes of Gary Ringrose's potential over the last 3 or 4 weeks, but then against Bath at the weekend, he was just outstanding. Every time he touched the ball, he was amazing. Now, I think a lot of that was due to the fact that he had Ben Teo playing alongside him in the centre as well, but I would see no reason now, retrospectively agreeing with Drico from about a month ago when he said why not throw him in for the start against Wales. The Henshaw one I think is always an interesting one, because if you were Robbie Henshaw going to Leinster, you might want clarity on what position you're going for, so you don't end up being a utility back after 3 or 4 years. But certainly on form, he deserves his position there ahead of Rob Kearney, in my opinion anyway. And
So Henshaw is the next young Carr.
Oh,
too soon. I think what's interesting maybe is what's going to be Joe Schmidt's mindset going into the Six Nations. Is he thinking, tear it all up and start again? Is he thinking, just grind out a Six Nations win? Is the possibility of being the Lions coach, is that in the back of his mind as well? So if he grinds out Six Nations win, maybe one loss, or a Grand Slam, he's probably nailed on then for the Lions. The Lions tour in his home country, increase his profile there. Obviously, if he's got any ambition at all, he wants to be All Blacks coach sometime.
I would hate for Joe Schmidt's name to be seriously mentioned in the conversation for the Lions coach. I think I know it's 18 months away at this point, so it's not much point getting too excited about it. But
people at HSBC would do it.
But
you're an Ian McGeechan man, don't I take it?
Yeah, no, but I just think.
But will John McBride have a job? And Keith would.
The only thing I've read about it was seriously hinting that Warren Gatland will be reappointed. So yeah, and selfishly as an Irish fan, giving up your head coach for a year Didn't work too well for Wales with Rob Howley in temporarily before the 2013 Lions tour.
Didn't it?
I seem to remember them being terrible.
Open to correction.
Open to correction. That's what the YouTube comment section is for. So yeah, I really don't think that's gonna be in Joe's mind. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We didn't mention Stuart McCluskey for any Ulster fans out there.
Oh
because
yeah.
It should be a given, and I should have mentioned him actually ahead of Gary Ringrose, to be absolutely fair, because he's been non-stop all season. I think he's been sort of unfairly talked about.
In conjunction with Ringrose, no?
No, yeah, he's unfairly, I should say, being compared to Jamie Roberts, because I just think he's way better than Jamie Roberts.
Yeah. He's got a lot
his
more
distribution is amazing compared to Jamie Roberts, but he also has the size and the power and the ability to go forward. So Stuart McCluskey nailed down to start in my mind, and then TBC, whoever's
when a PGA 10
centre partner is. Oh, because in the evidence of last weekend, we can't afford too many defensively naive players in the back line. He was caught out badly, I think, against Saracens at the weekend. I think for the try, I don't think it was their. I think it was their penultimate try, the one that effectively sealed the game. Because if this YouTube segment was a bit longer, I think we'd all go into the players that we want out on the wings, and some of those don't have great defensive records. The Matt Healy's and Greg Kilroy's of the world.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for tuning into this YouTube special. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter at SportsbeefPod, and like us on Facebook. And of course, tune into the latest episode of the Sportsbeef podcast, which is available on SoundCloud, iTunes, Podcast Republic, Stitcher, and all good podcast directories. But for now, we'll speak to you soon.
Thanks.
Nice.